Hello, my name's Chris, this is Blue Kraken Gaming, and welcome back to Satisfactory, where if you are enjoying the series, I would ask that you please consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscription. Any will help the channel grow, and they help get it out in front of other people, so thank you very much to those of you that do that. Now, in our last episode, we were getting on with making sure that we've got some of the... I've forgotten what they call them. The special parts that we need to be getting together. Project assembly parts, that's it. So we were getting together some of the project assembly parts that we need, and we're actually to the point where I think we're going to hit the next one today. So we're going to effectively have 2 project assembly parts then, or 2 more off and getting ready to go, which is great. We just need to get these all the way down here. Now then. How is best to do this? I mean, you know what? Do I just want to deal with the spaghetti? Conveyor belt is too steep. Okay. I mean, you're saying it like you're going to let me do it. That's still too steep. Okay, fine then. That means we're going to need to grab a lift. Bring it down like so. We're going to bring this down here. Then we can turn straight mode on. And belt is too steep. Oh, fiddlesticks. Well then, let's try and make that easier for it, shall we? Whoop. I meant to go up then, not down. And feed that in there. Cool. So that's the turbo motors in. Then we just need to bring the cooling units over as well. And I mean, this is a horrible spaghetti mess, but we're getting to the point where I just want to get it functional. And you guys have known me, I've never been a tidy builder. So, we're just going to fill this in over here. Because we're going to grab some of these cooling units as well. So, where's our splitter? There we go. Pop that there. And this is going to try and feed along the same way. Right. And then, yeah, we're just going to bring this in the same way. You're going to do the same thing, are you? Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Right, and then we can bring this around here. Basically try and follow the same kind of path. Give that another bit there. Did not mean to right click then, that was meant to be a left click. Right. Yeah, that's not in the right place. And then this one we're going to have to, because we can't go over the same spot. make that default. Yeah, can't do that. Bring it out like that. Then round like this, I suppose. And then that's going to have another one pointing this way so they don't overlap. And then in like that. Cool. You're then making thermal rockets. Excellent. Feed that straight in there. And then we will give you a smart splitter as well. Just in case we miss it. Right. Overflow. We're going to be over here. And then in there. Cool. So that's going to deal with any overflow as well. Awesome. So that should now be collecting all of its items. That only needs one a minute. That's fine. You've got your modular engines. It's just the cooling units, but that should be on its way. Here they come. Yep. So the cooling units are on their way. That's fine. So that's that one done. Which then just means we've got to worry about the nuclear pasta. Now the nuclear pasta means we need a ton of copper powder and these pressure conversion cubes, which are going to be maybe not as bad as I thought. Radio control units and fused modular frames. Does mean we're going to be using these fused modular frames in multiple places. Yeah, which then means we probably want to put another one of these around here somewhere. Bring those fused modular frames in over here as well. We're going to want to put a floor hole in here so we can get this one its fuel. Okay. And then lift there. We want a splitter in line for that. Are you going to hook it? Yes. Good. Cool. That's that done nicely. And that should power this one as well. This will be fused modular frame in 2. And this port is going to fused modular frame out. There we go. Okay, and then if we've got loads of room back here, I think, that we can work with. Now let's get this up here. Right, and then I mean, this should be fairly straightforward. So if we do that, that's going to give us our pressure conversion cube. Okay. Now the nuclear pasta needs tons and tons of copper powder. And it doesn't need much of this at all. So I think maybe 2 of those is going to be plenty. So let's actually clear those, because I think we've got a blueprint we can use for those. Where are we? Assembler manifold, there we go. So we're going to want that on Blueprint Auto Connect. There we go. Bring this over here. That's going to power both of those. You guys are going to make me my pressure control cubes. And then feed you round to here. Right, let's try and make sure we've got that lined up. Keep that raised. You're going to go in there. And then from here, we're going to come around here. We're going to make a turn. Going over all these. Then we're going to come back down. And into that one. Okay, cool. So that's going to do those. Then we need to find a source of copper that we can grind up. So I think we might have used all of our copper nodes that we've got access to in the area. That's claimed. That's claimed. What are those ones using? What direction are they in? There, okay, so they're down here. They're both impure and they don't seem to be going anywhere at the moment. We're using them for something. What are they? Minor Mark 2s. You guys overclocked at all? No. Oh, that one is. Have we got... We've got no power shards in storage. Okay. But I feel like we could probably make both of those Mark 3s. So let's try and do that, shall we? Upgrade you to a Mark 3. Put your nodes back in and give you your ore back. So you're now going to make 300 a minute. You need... I need one portable miner for that. Okay. Right. Make that a Mark 3. Give you your ore back before that fills mine up. Okay. Now, have we got any water around? Because that would really... We have. We've got a puddle over there. Okay. So that means at the moment we've got... How much are you outputting? Was it 300? 300 and... So that's 420. As it stands right now. If we were to look at a refinery to maximise that... So that's 420 by 15. So that's 28 of those. Okay. Because then... We're working through this, and that needs 300 a minute to make 50. So we'd be making 28. It's 28 times 37 and a half. 1,050. Which then if we divide 1,050 by 300, that's 3.5 of them. Oh, okay. Which would give me 175. Okay. So then if we look at the nuclear pasta, that needs 100 a minute. So we could just about run one. Okay. The other alternative is we do the 4... We just use a ton of smelters, give up on all of that, and then we're down to, what is it, the 420. Which if we look at this... No, not the silicon, copper powder. We just about make one, which is 50. Yeah, because we'd need 600. Which if we get the overclocky things, we could do that. I feel like that's going to be the better way to do it, instead of mucking around with all the water and everything else. It's not the most efficient, but I feel like that's going to be the easiest. So, that means we're on the hunt for power slugs. Because we need a couple more. Hey, where's this power slug? I mean, that's suggesting there's a cave here somewhere, isn't there? Where is there a cave? Because that just looks like a pit. Okay, whoa. Yeah, there's a cave. Right. Let's get the jetpack on so we can get back out. It's expected. Ah! Now where's it gone? Okay. Another one there. Look at that. It's even a yellow slug by the looks. Lovely. That'll be the two we need then. Cool. Okay. Let's get out of here now then. Okay. Right, pop that back on. What do we want? Crafting bench. That's what I want. And then we can get that there. Cool. God, I'm looking forward to making artificial power shards. Right, so now that's 600 a minute that we're able to do there. Now we're already bringing it all the way up this way into this train station. Like, where do you go? Just to the gun station. Okay. Well, that's fine then. In which case, what I'm inclined to do is to literally start taking it straight back out of here. Because if we've got 600... 600 by 30. Yeah, it's 20. I thought that was. Okay. So that then means we have 20 smelters we're going to be working with. Which will be okay. So let's start getting that pulled together, shall we? Okay. Did I make a smelter right to left? Let's have a look. That's going to feed in that way and feed out that way. Did I have a smelter left to right? No, because that would have been too sensible, wouldn't it? Okay, but if we're doing it that way round. Yeah, that should be okay. Alright. Let's go as far as that. And then... Right. So we're going to be going like this. So we're going to want Blueprint Auto Connect. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10. Now the way I'm thinking of doing these on the rest of it is to do effectively this, because then it can all be on the same line. Like that. Then grab this splitter. And now we're going to go along here. Oh. Whoa, that's not where that needs to go. Okay. Alright, and then now you're going to come around into this one. Like so. You're all going to be feeding in like that. Like I say, I know this isn't the most efficient way of doing things. The efficient way would be to use the water. But I just don't want to faff with it, truth be told. So I am going for the easier option. Just to get this up and running. But then it will be like all of our project assembly parts for this level are done, and it's just going to be ticking away in the background, which I think will be great. Okay, there's that, there's that. Okay, so now we need to get the copper up here. So this is where we're then going to come here. And we're going to raise this up to basically this level. I think that'll be it. not quite, but, you know, that'll do. Right, and then you're going to come all the way around here. And in there. And then we're going to need to up that entire chain back there. Because I don't know that Mark 4 belts can cope with 600 a minute. If I'm honest. Cool, okay. So that should give us our ore. Oh, none of you know what you're doing. Okay, copper ingot, please. Okay, and you're all telling me you got no power. That's fine. We can sort that. There we go. And bang, they all start up. Awesome. Right, so that means we've now got copper coming out this end. We then are going to want 2 constructors. Because that's all we're going to be able to feed to make copper powder. So we're going to want our splitter here. This is where we're then going to bring this around like so. There we go. Cool. This is you guys are going to need power. Then over here we're going to want, not power, production, particle accelerator. Oh, I'm missing cooling systems. Isn't it just a dandy shame there's a ton here for me to make use of. Right. Not pole. Conveyor. Like that. And then we're going to want a merger. Pointing out that way. And around. And voila. And then you're going to need power from somewhere. That line's full. Okay, guess what? You now get to be a Mark II power pole. And you need to be told to make nuclear pasta. And there we go. We're now making everything we need. I mean, we've got to run this all the way back round to put it in the space elevator. But we are actually making everything. Which is good. And that's at the rate that it needs to be in theory for the copper powder. There we go. Starts drawing. This is where it's going to vary the power usage quite a lot. That uses a lot, 500. What have we unplugged to... Okay. But either way, we're still well under on our consumption against possible capacity. And that's now working beautifully. Right. We'll work out how to belt that over there next episode. But I'm going to wrap up here and say, as usual, likes, comments, subscriptions. They all help the channel grow. They help get it out in front of other people. So thank you very much to those of you that do that. Thank you very much to my YouTube channel members. Your support is very much appreciated. And please don't forget that as a supporter, you do get access to the save files for any of the open world games I'm currently playing, as well as early access to the videos, so you get to see what's going on before anybody else does. Also, don't forget, you've got your channel members only series, but other than that, thank you all very much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will catch you all next time.